Hey everybody, welcome to Seen and Heard on TopLeftTV. I'm your host Kyle Court, joined as usual by the lovely Taryn Daly at Tony V's Garage. Exciting episode coming at you today. We'll be speaking with Rev3 and Celia live in studio, plus a close look at a few more Northwest bands. You're going to want to see all of it, so stick around. Starting off the show, we're talking with some of the TopLeftTV crew. We've got Joey and Ron with us. How you guys doing?
Good.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. What have we been up to at TopLeftTV?
Just recently we did a live stream for Best of Northwest Tribute. That was awesome. It was at Bake's Place in Bellevue. And that was really cool because we were able to capture it on live stream, so people who couldn't make the show in Bellevue, they were able to still watch it, which was
that's huge too.
Really,
especially
really
a
cool.
Small place like that.
Yeah, and it was a smaller place. It was really, really nice there. And it was their first time really having any of that type of music, so any type of rock music. So it was really, really, really cool to be able to provide, some footage for that for people, especially people who couldn't go. So that
The
was
extended
really cool.
outlet.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Great.
Yeah. We also did the show at Tony V's with Bruiser Brody, Superfecta, Wide Only in the Wreckage, and Dead Rebel Saints, and that was a fucking rad show. That was really
That
is quite the lineup.
Yeah, that was.
That was a really good show.
Top to bottom, it was pretty fun, man.
Yeah, the crowd just everybody was just involved with what was going on. It was just really powerful presence of everyone, bands and fans. So
Between the crowd and the bands, the energy was just off.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was insane.
It was insane.
It was insane.
It was a good time. Also, a big shout out to Scott. He got me a beer, so that was awesome too.
Scotty!
Scott, yeah. Thanks for the beer, Scott. So, it was just really cool because everybody showed up and everybody just had a great time. And we say that about a lot of the shows, like everybody shows up and has a great time, but this time, the intensity of everything was just way up there. So
I have to say, I was very, very sick and missed that, and I am like, I hurt inside because I missed that show. I heard so many good things about it and really pumped that you guys were there.
Yeah.
Getting all the great footage.
Right, so
The
you can
energy
still watch
itself.
it now,
Yeah.
right? So that's why we do it. Is the people are sick, they really wanted to go to the show, they missed out. They can still capture that, see what we captured, and kind of be there without having to show up sick. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't want to, infect the rest of you, so you're welcome.
Well, I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. So yeah, infection's bad.
Infectious, man.
Well, that all sounds great, guys. Thanks for the update. Keep us in the loop. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Tony V's, how we doing? Yeah, 3x3x3.
So sorry. You ask why I hate this place. Boring, so boring. If it works, no fun, no gain. Before I break, just try it. Get me to the edge. See what it is. Only 4-7 times in a row. I say I'm sorry, so sorry. That's just for show. And you leave when I say I hate this place. And you set that fire right off my brain. I'm focused, and I'm doing everything in the bed. I'm focused. I'm focused, and I'm doing everything in the bed. I'm focused.
Stick around. Sounds so haywire.
Welcome back. We've got Eve, Josh, Lee, and Chris of Rev3 live in studio. Let's get down to business. How y'all doing?
Awesome.
Good.
Good, man. Thanks for coming, you guys. Tell us about how you guys got started.
Well, what's it been? About 11 years ago, Chris and I were working in a project together and playing along. And throughout the years, we picked up Lee, and then not too much later, we picked up Eve and became Rev3.
That's awesome. I have to ask, where did the Rev3 name come from? I mean, I'm guessing it has to do with an odometer or a
Go right ahead.
Yeah,
tachometer.
first, when I joined the band, they had a song called Full Throttle. And it was about, it was kind of about like drinking and driving or just being like.
Just living life to the
Just living life
fullest.
to the fullest, not caring about consequences, just full throttle, you know? And I thought, well, we need a name that kind of represents that. And he was kind of a gearhead, you know, and I think Frank was a little bit of a gearhead, a previous band member. And I thought it needs to be something that has to do with like cars. And, you know, I'm like, what about like Rev, you know? And Josh was like, well, you know, this is the third revision of the band.
Yeah, me, Chris, and Frank worked in the same company in a manufacturing plant. So it was always, what Rev print are you working on? So it was
Frank was a quality director.
So it was like,
So we were just kind of joking. Well, so what revision are we on? Well, I think Rev 3. So.
I love knowing that now. Knowing you guys, it's nice to know the backstory. That's really cool. It
And
seems
then
like
it totally-
everybody has a connection to that.
and it totally fit in with.
Heck yeah. Yeah, because when I brought up the Rev thing, like revving the engine, I had no idea about that stuff because that wasn't part of my time with them.
Yep.
So it just kind of flowed through.
Serendipitous.
That's why now it's Rev 3.3.
Yeah.
Because we can't change the merch anymore. We're done at
We've
Rev
gone through a
3.
few
So the
guitar
joke
players.
is that it's all the points now.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. So I understand you guys are on a performance hiatus. Being in a band who's been on a performance hiatus, I know that the work doesn't stop. I know that you can still rehearse, you still write, you still, on the grind. Let's talk about your guys' plans for your return.
We're super excited about this.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah. Like we've said, I've been with these guys since 2010, the four of us. And we've had 3 guitar players, 3 second guitar players. Lee's always been our first guitar player. And we've tossed around the idea about me playing. I play guitar, I've been playing guitar since I'm 15, but, I've played classical stuff with finger picking on acoustic when I started out. And then I got into just basically power chords. I'm by no means a trained musician or guitar player, so we kind of shied away from it. I felt nervous about it, and also Josh didn't want it to take away from my performance as a front woman. Having a guitar strapped to you is really, it's challenging as far as just connecting with the audience. I've got other stuff to think about where I don't as a singer. And so we've always kind of been I don't know about that. But now Perry Dillard took off on with One Gun Shy and another project, and we're so happy for him, so proud of him. He's grown amazingly as a guitar player.
Cheers to Perry, by the way, man.
Yeah.
That's great for him.
And when he brought that up, my mind just kind of went, as much as I'm going to miss him and we're going to miss his dynamic, this is an amazing opportunity for us and for me, the four of us, to just say, you know what, who needs a 5th member? Let me try this. I can do this, right? And Josh was kind of I don't know that, I hope it doesn't sacrifice your stage performance as a vocalist, but the fact that the 3 of them have faith in me to be able to carry a part like that just makes my heart swell, and I'm really excited about it. So
That's so great, man. I can totally relate.
I'm nervous, but excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sounding good too.
Good, man.
Sounding really good.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the return.
Yeah.
I know you guys aren't booking any shows at this
Not
point
yet.
or whatever, but let's dream for a second.
Let's dream.
Let's do some name dropping. If you guys could pick your bands for your bill, who would you want to be playing with?
We've already talked about it.
There you go.
W's.
There you go, man.
So many W's.
Yeah.
So many W's. Window pane.
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Yep.
Woodshed. And of course, Superfecta.
I wish we could throw a W in our name at some
Right?
somewhere.
Superfecta.
Oh, I like
just
that.
silent. Just put it in the front. Silent W in the front.
And Clover Jane would be my next pick. I love all the W bands and KJ. Those are my favorite local bands. Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I have a question kind of to piggyback on that, to dovetail, if you will. You guys have seen over the course of the last few years, like some pretty amazing people have raised the 12th man flag at Hawks games. Everybody from, Mike McCready, it's just been awesome. If you could select one person from the Seattle, like the active Seattle scene, I'm not talking about the, the Alice in Chains or the Pearl Jams or any of that, but someone from our local scene, who do you think should be raising the 12th man flag?
Have to be Glenn, wouldn't it?
Now, do we mean, like, as far as being the rock person noticeable in Seattle, or somebody that's a big football fan?
It could be both.
Because Glenn, I would say, as the first thing, but as the second, I mean, as far as I know, the biggest football fan I know is you. Yes. So, like in our band, Josh would be the dude.
Yeah.
It's like, he gets to talking about the Seahawks, and I'm just like, I'm like, he could talk for hours about football, and I'm just like, shut up. Can we get back to the guitar parts?
I mean, obviously Glenn, but JT Phillips is in pretty much every band in the city. So
he's the guy.
And he's so majestic.
If we could get Glenn and JT on a tandem bicycle raising the flag at the same time, I think that'd be the perfect scenario.
All right, we got to make some phone calls. We got to make this happen.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, there's no shortage of big venues and festivals, stuff like that. What would you say, like when Rev3 first started, what was the thing where you said, one day we will fill in the blank?
I don't care where it is, but I'm going to smash a guitar if I ever play in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I don't care how cliche it is. It's going to happen.
Or how wasteful it
Or how
is.
wasteful.
That makes
I'll go
me
to the
angry.
pawn shop and buy a $50 bass guitar, but if there's ever 1,000 people or more, I'm going to smash it.
I've never smashed a guitar. That sounds like so much fun.
I want to be there for this. So.
Yeah.
I'll have my front row ticket.
I will do it.
How about you guys? Have you dreamed of any festivals?
I'll put his guitar back together.
I'll help. I don't want to learn any musical instruments.
I don't know. I mean, Hemp Fest, obviously, right? That's always got to be at the top.
Pain in the grass.
Pain in the
Hello?
grass, of course. Yes.
It's kind of a big deal. People are talking about it.
That is a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I can't think of anything.
Anywhere that'll take us, really.
Right? Seriously, I just
play
want
it.
to play. I don't care.
Before we lit up the cameras, we were talking a little bit about tribute bands and bands that we really love. If you guys had the opportunity, like each of you, like if you could pick a song, like Rev3 is going to do this song when we come back, we're going to close the night out with fill in the blank. What would each of you really love to cover for one night?
I don't know. That's a really hard one because I don't necessarily like to do covers myself. Sure. Right? So I like to take songs from one genre and turn them into rock.
Heck
right?
yeah.
Because we do Rolling in the Deep
Adele.
from Adele. And I love playing that song. And it gets everybody going the way we do it. But, the closeout is, I don't know. We've closed out with Seek and Destroy and For Whom the Bell Tolls regularly too, right?
Yeah, we
People
do
love that.
Metallica covers it. Like ideally, like again, like we're not really into covers. I mean, Lee and I would we give us an hour together alone and we could probably come up with a cover set. But these guys don't really like to do covers that much. But Skid Row, like any Sebastian Bach song, I would love to just get up with, any band and just wail. Lee and I do some Judas Priest stuff at practice a lot, and these two just sit there going, Chris will play along, but Josh will start to get bored, and Chris will be like, all right, can we move on now? But
I'm a sappy 70s pop guy, so I would like to take just any of those songs and give it the red.
I think you and I should start a band together.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way, dude. Give me all of the corny 80s heart. Like, Barracuda's great. Give me all of, the corny synthesizer pop. That's my style, dude. Unabashed.
3 times of practice, I'm playing something, and they're like, dude.
I'll sing along with it. Like I said, it was just he and I. In fact, we probably just spend 2 hours just jamming on, covers and
So it must have been your idea to do Adele, then.
Actually, no. That was Eve.
That was Eve, yeah.
I always wanted to take a pop song and make it heavy.
Yeah.
Like
Heck
Madonna,
yeah.
Britney,
What's that
something
other one you wanna do?
overly pop. Rihanna?
Yeah, that Rihanna song.
Yeah.
You want to do that one too?
I wanted to do like Rihanna S&M or any of her songs. She's amazing. But.
Yeah, that's super fun, and I like that that songs like some of those songs. I mean, Adele, hello, like that can transcend genres, no problem. Like I love that you guys are, have been open to that.
Yeah, we love to rev them.
Rev them up, give them the whole rev job.
So what else are you guys working on? I mean, I don't, we don't want to spoil any surprises that you guys have in the works. But what are you guys working on? Are you recording new material, writing new material?
Right now we're writing new material. While Eve's picking up the guitar parts and learning how to do the melodies while she's playing guitar and stuff, we're writing some new songs. We're going to come back with about 3 brand new songs.
Awesome, dude.
So, and everything else will be just a little bit different as she dials it in. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
And they're all part of a concept album that we're doing. So our last set that we played probably here, or Mirkwood, I think we played last. I guess 75% of it was songs that are going on our concept album that we want to do next, which is inspired by like Operation Mindcrime. We're gonna have little skits in between the songs, kind of like the I remember now. I remember how it started. That whole thing. Like, I really am inspired by that kind of stuff, and Lee is too with Sabotage. What album is that? Do you want to?
One of my all-time favorite bands is Sabotage. They're an '80s metal band that did a rock opera album called Streets, and back in the '90s.
Didn't one of those guys go on to do Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
They are the Trans-Siberian
Orchestra.
Orchestra. That band is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
That's right.
So.
That's rad.
And so he's got one of his favorite albums is Streets, which is a rock opera, and one of mine is Operation Mindcrime. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to like do an album like that? And Lee was like, totally. And then Josh and Chris were like, yeah, we could do that. Why not? And our guitar player at the time, Charles, was like, I don't know what kind of story I'd base it on. He's like, what about the Portrait of Dorian Gray? Have you ever heard that? It's a 1990 novel by Oscar Wilde, and it's about this painter who paints a painting of this beautiful young man, and he's just enamored with him in this painting, and this young man imagines that he wishes that he could stay this way forever, and it kind of comes true. And as he goes out and lives, he's influenced by this outside person to just basically grab the bull by the horns and take life for everything. Basically follow your id. There's the id, the ego, and the superego, and he's like, just go with the id and just embrace life and enjoy it. Like, take everything you can in. And he does that, and with every debauchery or every thing that he does, his painting starts to age and get decrepit and gross, yet he stays youthful and beautiful. And so it's loosely based on that novel, but it's not the same story, but it's kind of the same thing. Like, basically, this character is immortal, and she thinks it's what she wants, but in the end, she can't ever love anybody or grow old with anyone.
Yeah.
So it's really a curse instead.
I love that. It's like giving me a little goosebumps over here.
I love how well thought out all of this is, because I'm used to, in Superfecta, I write a lot of the material. Most of it is just, I just want to write a catchy song. It might as well be about peanut butter. You know what I mean? Like it.
I've always been that way too.
Yeah, but it's like, I want to make people stomp their feet and jump up and down and whatnot, but it's like, after a while, you're like, I need some, some thickness to it, some meaning.
Yeah.
So I love that it's so well thought out, and
Yeah.
you guys are taking your time to do this.
And I've always loved cinema and movies, and I've always been into pop culture, and comedy and just pop culture in general. TV, movies, music has been like my parents pretty much, and so just creating a story or something around music is just putting everything into one world.
I love that. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
So cool. So where can people find the music that you've made already? Well, obviously I've seen you guys on Facebook. You got the Reverb Nation, Bandcamp.
Yeah, we're going to get our Bandcamp page started soon, but we've got our Facebook page. We have a few demo songs recorded right now that we do at Sir Pug Studios, which this is Sir Pug. He's our master mixer and engineer. He did the stuff for One Big Hand, and we're working on getting just a demo out, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, we're not sure how.
Yep. Well, we have a lot of songs that we're not going to use on the concept, so we're gonna put them together into a little demo album to go out. And
Yes.
we need to do that. It's hard to switch from live performance and writing to recording, though.
Yeah.
And we like to play live so much that we just never seem to get around to recording, even though we've got everything right there to do it. But
Seriously. Well, dudes, thank you. Everyone, be on the lookout. Rev 3, the return of Rev 3. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Celia.
thank you very much.
Yeah, I was gonna tag along on that. I mean, I haven't been like playing live shows in that live venues very long, and what I've seen, and even just other musical products that I have on the side, just what I've seen with the community of the people, the artists, the people who plan the venues, they're all, this is like, we're all just one big family. It's just like, you know, everyone loves everybody, and you know, they see that you're putting passion into what we love to do, and they embrace it, and I really like that about the Seattle scene, at least. You know, I've lived in California for quite a while, and I didn't really get that a whole lot, but again, I was a little bit younger, so I didn't get a taste of that. But that's what I love about the Seattle scene. You know, a guy walks up to me and is like, I've never seen, you know, someone play the keys this way before. You know, it's really, really cool. You know, like, good job, shake your hand, have a conversation with the dude, buy you a beer. You know, it's like, oh.
I want to play it at Neptune because it's just stunning.
Yes.
The Neptune? Wait, is that? Yeah.
I'll say the Hollywood Bowl.
But the Gorge is like ultimate.
Gorge is.
It's
I
Gorge.
play there ever. It has like when people are getting seated or anything. What's that background noise? Yeah, if I just get to be on that stage. I'm with Brandon on that too. I've been to the Gorge multiple times, and that would be a huge accomplishment to play at the Gorge.
Underground.
that was like the biggest thing that I missed. I remember when we got back in, we played our first show, and everybody was just like back into it. Like, oh guys, come on, like, who are you? Like, I love the community of this Seattle scene. It's amazing.
We a loser of the week and a winner of the week. It's pretty cool, you know, because you can slam someone or you can say, hey, thanks.
So if one of us fails at something,
especially because it's like
during the week, at any point in time, we'll be put up on the board. So
it's kind of like a joking way of saying, yeah, it's like a joking way of saying get your shit together, but in a nice way. It's on a whiteboard.
Yeah,
Loser.
It's super nice. It's funny. It's really fun. Favorite though, just because when I first joined the band, like that was one of the things. Like we jammed, and I sat in the car and I listened to it because I recorded it. I'm like, what can we do to like make this? Because this is like an awesome song and can totally dramatize. And I've been playing piano for almost 20 years now, and so I'm like, I need to bring my piano roots out for this song. So it's one of my favorite ones.
About how important this is to us, and like how regular life is not meant for me anyway. And I would just really love to do this for a living. Regular life is pretty shitty. It is.
My name is Vince. I'm Chris.
Avery.
Brandon James Gilsat.
Ryan.
I'm Cole.
And we are Lacy Gibbet. Lacy Gibbet.
It's a mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Seen and Heard on TopLeftTV. We're joined in studio by Celia, Hunter, Dave, Travis, and the electronic surrogate of Nate Bushmaker. What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you? Man. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us. Let's talk about, where'd you guys come from? I know you guys are a very recent band. Take us from starting your band in 2017 and opening up for Jonathan Davis at the Showbox this year. I mean, take us from start to now. Yeah.
Go for it.
So Nate and I had been writing songs like in my basement in 2015, and then we decided that maybe we should try to flush out a band, right? And I'd been trying to get a hold of Travis for a while, and Dave.
Well, then we were neighbors.
Yeah, we were neighbors for a little while. And I asked Travis if he wanted to come by to like watch band practice one night, and I sent him the song that we had demoed, and he was super stoked on it. I'm glad about that.
I met Nate in Capitol Hill. I moved here from Philadelphia about like a year and a half ago, and his girlfriend was living in my building, so I would see him from time to time, just like carrying beers, and he shot the shit and said he had a practice space down at Crybaby Studio. and he was looking for a drummer. And I play guitar mostly, but he asked if I wanted to come down and play, and went down there one time and worked out. And then, what's that, 8 months later, right? About 8 months, 9 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, one day on our Facebook page, we had a message asking if we wanted to open for Jonathan Daly. The answer was yes.
I was going to ask, is that something that you guys were like, let's try and get this gig, or like did it just somebody ran across your music? And
Nope. So we learned the day of that show that the staff at the Central had recommended us to the staff from the Showbox.
Wow,
they were
amazing.
like at the Central drinking and just suggested, like, asked who they should find a local group for.
No
our
big deal.
name came up.
No big deal.
It was
That's so awesome.
We've played the
Yeah.
Central a couple times, and they've both been, what was it, 2 times or 3 times?
We played there
Twice. And they were both pretty good shows. And it was really nice to hear that they recommended us for that show. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
that is way cool.
It was really, really cool.
Now, just out of curiosity, were any of you like fans of Korn at any point in your life? Was this like
absolutely.
crazy, like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Jonathan Davis, or how did that go down?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was-
I think every 15-year-old, I mean, I'm 34 now, so, when I was 15, that's when, they were getting crazy. Korn was awesome. Jingos were big.
Yep.
UFOs were big. I mean, everybody wanted dreadlocks.
Yes.
So,
That was definitely my scene, and we're
for
about the
sure.
same age. And I mean, at the time when I first heard Korn, that was like, to me, the hardest thing I'd ever heard. I was like, these guys
it
are
was
crazy.
awesome. Super deep, super low. Yeah, and it was awesome to. I haven't really listened to much of his solo stuff at all. So when we got asked to book the gig, I put it on, and then all the guys in his band, when we met them at the Showbox, they're all such awesome musicians and such great dudes, and their sound is incredible. Like I just kind of fell off listening to Jonathan Davis, but when we got asked to. I just was amazed by how great the music he's still making is. It's awesome.
For us, the timing was great because we were like looking for that thing to push us over the top to just make us a little tighter, you know what I mean, as a band. And it gelled us.
Yeah, for sure. Made us
We had like
practice
3 days notice, and we had one rehearsal. It was like an emergency rehearsal. And then
so cool, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What does Nate think about that, Nate? What does Nate think about Korn?
It's really all about melting faces.
That's right.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that insight.
Thanks for the insight. Thank you.
Out of curiosity, did Jonathan Davis bust out a kilt or bagpipes at any point in the night? Or was that more of a Korn thing for him?
No,
I don't
that
remember
was sort
seeing
of
that
a
at
Korn
all.
thing. I think that he was trying to distance himself a little bit from that.
Did he do a Korn cover?
No,
Not
but he
even one.
played.
Yeah,
he played songs from like the Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Which was how I knew about his solo music. That movie.
Spending time with people in the room after we played, of course there was 2 more bands, and then everybody was just so elated to be there. Huge Korn fans, and everybody, the anticipation of like, what's he gonna do? Love that.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm bummed I missed that one. That just sounded like such a cool show.
It was cool, man. Playing, and when your band gets asked to play the Showbox Market, it's like you feel like you made it.
Well, yeah,
in the
that takes-
city. It's like it's a staple here.
That
It's
can
so
take
cool.
a long time to get there. So, I mean, hats off to you guys.
Yeah, we were
Congratulations.
I was just talking with the guys from Rev 3 about, aspirations and goals for your career and whatnot, and I was telling them one of the first shows I ever did in the city with Superfecta was across the street from the Showbox, little basement jazz bar, and we were just kids. We were unpacking our gear, going like, looking at the Showbox, going like, one day we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Took us 10 years. Took you guys
10 months?
very little. So my point is, once we did it, we're like, all right, what's next? So what is what comes after the Showbox for you guys?
Well, a lot of practice. These guys are writing songs. Like Nate and Hunter write a lot of the songs themselves, and they bring it to practice. And then I'll write some drums to it. Travis will write bass as well. But these guys have been pumping out songs. So we're what did we record? Like 3 songs so far. So we're trying to get an EP out with about 4 or 5 songs, and once we can get that out, get some more exposure on Spotify, Instagram, SoundCloud, stuff like that, then we got a bunch of shows booked up coming up this summer. But we're just gonna keep trying to pound out, keep going.
Addressing the songwriters of the group, I'm curious, Nate, what material have you been working on? Like, what are you writing about right now?
One of the things that makes me personally the happiest is when someone's face gets melted into a puddle.
Solid.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he's a great face melter. He really
It's
is.
very, very thought out answer. And,
You better grab a bucket for your face.
Yeah, you better.
Indeed.
Save it for later.
And a follow-up question for you is, when it comes to songwriting, as someone who's never written one in my life, do you need music to inspire you to write, or does the writing inspire the music?
Most of the songs start with like a riff or a chord progression that I've come up with, and Nate hears that, and he's better at sort of arranging the piece, and then he writes all the lyrics.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they got a good chemistry, man. It was awesome when I first started playing with these guys. Like, you know, it was before Travis was even in the band. Like, I came down, we had like 4 or 5 practices before Travis started playing with us, and you know, it was a lot for me. Like, I mean, coming into to play with these 2 guys that have all this material, and I'm just like, wow, it's so awesome. Like, when you kind of like sit back and listen and try to figure it out and take it in, and you know, they've been really awesome with like being patient with me, figuring it out while I try to write the drums to it too.
You're worth it.
Oh, thanks, man. But no, it's been great, man, and that's every single practice they bring a new song to the table, and it's just like, yes, let's do this. This is awesome. Let's keep going. So there's always that energy that keeps us going, which rules. And I'm excited.
Yeah, and just to ride the coattails on her questions, as a songwriter myself, I'm curious. I've seen the new video that you guys put out. By the way, Hemp Films put out a phenomenal video.
Ryan Carney.
Ryan
Healy.
Ryan Healy. Yeah, Ryan Healy.
Yep, phenomenal.
Shout out to Ryan Carney, too.
I love the concept of the video. You guys just walking down the street. I'm not going to spoil too much, but go see it if you haven't seen it. It's on their Facebook page. But I'm curious, because I was talking to you guys before the interview about how I found out about you guys, and when I first heard your song, that's my kind of shit, dude. Like the catchy songs. Let's talk influences. I hear some Rage Against the Machine in there. I hear some alternative and some indie stuff in there, but it's the perfect, in my opinion, mix for your guys' type of music in your band. So, what are your influences?
I'm a big Sabbath fan.
There you go.
Primarily.
Dude. That's riffy, man.
Yeah. And I know that Nate is a big Rage Against the Machine fan, as am I, but it comes across in his vocal delivery.
Yeah.
So just any group that has big, hooky riffs is fine.
Yeah.
Well, you guys love Mastodon too.
Yeah, I do love Mastodon.
Big.
Mastodon is probably my favorite, like, modern contemporary. And then he and I together are big Queens of the Stone Age fans.
My favorite.
Hell yeah.
And then I know Royal Blood is Nate's favorite contemporary group.
As a bass player looking in, I feel a lot of motivation from Thin Lizzy. And the band that really drives home, like ZZ Top, I hear ZZ Top, like when I'm playing with you guys, like that's like the cloud I'm floating on. Just that groove.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I've only heard the one song from you guys. Do you guys have an album out, or you're working on an album right now?
We're working on like a 5-song EP right now.
There you go.
But we do actually have another video coming out from Ryan.
Yeah.
For our song "Laughing in the Rain." That song's actually not out on SoundCloud or anything, right? Yeah. It's just right now is enough. But we had Moments. Moments is another song that'll be coming out as well. I think those are the 3 that we have almost done right now. Yeah.
I think that we're going to shoot for like every month to 6 weeks. We're going to put out a video.
Cool.
And then at some point we'll put an EP out.
There you go.
Yeah.
And nowadays you don't need to have a full album of material. Everybody just drops a single every now and then, and
yeah, it
does the trick.
It's sort of come full circle, and we're back to that like the Sun Records thing where like Elvis or Johnny Cash would just release singles. No one ever put out a full album. You put out 2 songs at a time.
Right, and then you worked on the album later. Yeah.
What's Nate think about all this?
I know, I was thinking Nate probably is working on some sort of concept for a new video. Do you think he would be willing to share with us what that concept is?
God, I hope so.
I think the essence of rock and roll, a lot of it comes down to not bathing regularly.
Yeah, no, it's true.
This is a true statement.
Man,
Well said, Nate.
He is deep.
Yeah.
He is.
You know, another question I have about Nate, not for Nate, but about Nate, is like, y'all have some pretty awesome facial hair. What is Nate's facial hair?
So Nate actually has a mullet right now.
Does he really?
Which is awesome, yes. He cut it for one of our shows on not Thanksgiving? St. Patrick's Day.
He took a photo of Bono from like 1989 to a fancy barbershop and said, do this.
And
they
he
did.
absolutely killed it because the mullet is incredible. And then he actually just has a mustache right now too with that,
good.
right? Yeah. So yeah, he's killing like very dapper look right now.
Yeah.
You know, very clean cut.
I'm really into it.
It is. It's a very neatly trimmed, like,
I mean, it kind of looks
hair
like
comb mustache.
what's going on there a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can see
right?
a little
He doesn't
essence
have
of the
this anymore, I
stash.
don't think.
It's also quite a bit lighter than the hair on his head, which I think is very funny.
It almost looks like it was like transplanted or something.
A little
Or just
bit.
stick on,
Yeah.
you know, just a little stick on.
So, long-term plans. Are you guys? What is this to you guys? Is this? Are we testing the waters? Are you still figuring out who you are, or do you guys know who you are in your aspirations of world domination? What?
Yeah, we're gonna
gonna
take over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely the move there. Yeah.
We're starting
Take
with
it
Oregon.
over. But take it month by month and focusing on what we have coming up and just rocking those shows out and hopefully playing good shows for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys got it down already. I mean, you're already buzzing in the scene. You're here.
We do a mix of house parties, taverns, clubs, like
bar mitzvahs,
anywhere people are hanging out. Yeah.
Bar mitzvahs.
Book us for your bar mitzvah, bar or bat mitzvah.
Oh, that's awesome. But no, I mean, these guys keep writing songs so often, and every time at practice, we'll run the set that we play out live, and then we'll always bring something new to the table, and it's great because you never get bored. There's always something new to work on, and there's always something that even just a riff Hunter will play in between a song that we're playing. Like, oh, all right, let's just work on that right now because that's cool.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah, let's not forget that at all. Exactly. So I mean, there's always creativity going on, and we're always just trying to play as much as we can. I think the main thing would be practicing more because right now, because of our schedules, we're only like 2 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd like to get a lot more than that. So that's really just trying to figure that out.
Hell yeah, man.
I have another personal question. If I can ask a personal question.
Oh yeah.
So I have this whole thing that like everybody has a song that when they walk into a room, like that's the song that would play.
Yes.
Okay, so and mine is it's not even really. I just love the song, and I feel like it's like my strut song is "Rock the Casbah." Like that's my song that I would walk into a room to, and it would just be blasting. What would your walk into the room song be?
Well, my walk into the room song, I would have two. One would be Earth, Wind, and Fire, Serpentine Fire.
Yeah.
Or I'd go with Born on the Bayou.
Oh.
Born on the Bayou. Yeah, those two like there, man, you walk in just like what's up, like.
I
take
love
over
it.
the town. Yeah,
I want to be in that room. I'm going to be in that room when that happens.
I hope you're there.
Travis?
Well, to me, the way Dancing Queen starts,
Oh,
that's the best way to walk. Like everything about that song, and then that fucking straight into the chorus.
Oh yeah.
No messing around. Or if you really want to boil it down, Pantera Walk. Every time, like everybody's like, "What's happening?" When that song comes on, you're waiting for something.
Something's going down.
Those are two very different but very distinct examples of what I think pop songwriting should be. Just get right to the point.
Just get to it. Yeah. Cut the bullshit.
Yeah, cut all the bullshit right out.
Give the people what they want.
I'd like to think that my theme song is Hellraiser by Motorhead.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're dark.
Yeah, I'm so dark.
You're so dark.
I'm a creature of the night, Dave.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
what would your
How about
song,
you guys?
What would your song be? Well, you already said
Mine would
it.
probably be a toss-up. It'd have to be Madonna.
Oh.
But it'd have to be a toss-up between Like a Virgin and
I was
Vogue.
going to say Like a Virgin.
Such
I
a
mean,
good
I could
video,
Vogue.
too.
So you're going to be happy in every room you walk in.
But I always want, anytime I walk into a room, I always want to feel like a virgin. I think I have to go with Like a Virgin.
I like that.
For the very first time.
Would you guys pick a song for Nate?
Oh.
I would have picked Dancing Queen, but Travis picked it.
It's been spoken for.
Well, it's a great song.
What do you think? Seriously. For Nate.
Like Bulls on Parade.
Oh, yeah.
That or maybe some AC, something like TNT.
Or Ace of Base.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Nate saw the sign.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Toxic.
the other one? It's
Toxic by
I saw
Britney
the
Spears.
Sign, and then there's Don't Turn Around.
Don't turn around, cause you're gonna see my heart break. Okay, glad we both love our Swedish pop music.
I have that on cassette.
Oh, God, I love you.
Just say you like the song.
You know what? I'm putting that on my list of songs to karaoke. Thank you.
It's a good one. I've done it. So what's your favorite karaoke song?
Oh, that's such a great question.
It's a hard one.
So I'm a big karaokeer. I have a few that I do that have been known to bring the house down, as they say. One is Blues Traveler, Hook.
That's such a good song.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song so much. Awesome.
Oh,
I have that cassette too.
It's such a fun song.
It's such a great song.
So that one I do. I also do Tenacious D tribute.
Perfect.
But then I really get into the 90s angry, like, female stuff. So I do, like, some Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know, some What's Up by Four Non Blondes.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
yeah, a little bit of everything, you know. But I also highly recommend, if you're not good at karaoke, do a song by the Presidents of the United States of America.
Oh, Peaches.
Everyone will sing along
Yeah.
with you. Like, they're going to carry you through. You're going to be fine. Do Peaches, Lump, like Kitty. It's all good.
It's all good. For sure.
Yeah. What about you? What's your karaoke song?
She's Gone. Hall & Oates.
Oh, wow.
Come on. I can't sing it well. That's why it's awesome. I mean, that's why it rules. Like, everybody's like, oh, and I'm just like, yes!
I'm into it. I want to go. We're doing it. We're karaoke with Celia. It's happening.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're down.
We usually do that in
down.
Fremont or Lower Queen Anne.
Where do you go? You go to
every
Ozzy's?
Friday night they do it at the dock.
Oh, the dock.
Yes, and they
Right
close
on.
it till 2. So it's like we always just get drunk somewhere, and then like 1 o'clock we'll go there for the last hour of karaoke and make everybody
Or a
leave.
Monday high dive, 7 days a week at
Yeah.
Ozzy's, yeah.
Oh, I'm in. We're doing it. We're
That's
setting
it,
it up.
man.
Kyle put it on the calendar.
It's already there.
We're getting them to do Ace of Base.
Yeah, but then you know what's gonna suck is we're all gonna try our best, and then Kyle's gonna come in there and do an Alice in Chains song or something. We're
That's
all gonna.
I got to do a
We're
quick
all
shout out
gonna
to all the
go home
karaoke
early.
hosts out there.
All the
Thank you
Kyle
for
ones.
karaoke hosting.
Here's another
Without
day.
you,
Thanks,
we would have no
KJs.
party. No, seriously, that's a dedication. Like, I would love to be a karaoke host.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
Just to keep it going. Like, if there was ever a place near my home that lost a host, like, I would step up.
Guys,
step up.
if you're looking for a karaoke host.
He's the guy.
One last question for Nate.
Oh,
Nate, did you have fun today?
The G string on the guitar is definitely my favorite string.
Oh, that's
Big
so
fan of the
perfect.
G
that
string
means he had a
myself.
good time. He had a good time.
I've never met Nate, and he's already my favorite member of the band.
Oh, he's cool. He's
Thanks.
Cool. He's the only one with a mullet, so.
No,
indeed
no,
the
no
only one.
offense to you guys. No offense.
Yet.
No, this has been great. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for
Where
having
can
us.
you guys
for
find your
doing this.
music? Online? Where can people go find your music?
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
SoundCloud.
where Enough's up, and then YouTube
Okay.
is the video released on YouTube. Yeah, the
Yep.
Enough videos on YouTube as well.
A band named Celia on Facebook.
Yeah, that's the name.
Celia Enough on SoundCloud. The song Enough.
There you go.
Easy to find.
Perfect. Dude, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
You
thanks
guys
for
are
having
great.
us.
Pleasure to meet you guys.
Too.
Check them out. Be on the lookout for more from Celia. They'll be in a club near you. Folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Remember, you're a part of this scene too. Go out and see a show. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Court.
I'm Taryn Daly.
We'll see you next time on Seen and Heard. Peace.
Awesome.